What's up, girl? I just realized I was live. Sorry, guys. What's up, girl? Today's topic is about your next 10 pounds will come off when you stop emotionally eating. And here's how you can do that. Here's how you can do just that and stop emotional eating. And so, this is a super important topic because it comes up in my DMs all day, every single day. So, I've done literally over 5 videos on emotional eating. So if you would like my emotional eating mini course, that's just all about emotional eating, then give me a hashtag emo eating down below. Emo eating down below, and I will get you my emotional eating mini course that I have. And like I said, it's like 5 or 6 videos that I've done on it already. And I'm going to add this to that mini course as well once I'm done recording this. So if you are here live, then give me a hashtag live. If you are watching this on the replay at another time other than the live recording, then give me a hashtag replay, please. So my name is India, and I am an emotional eating coach, intuitive eating coach, to eat more mindfully. And so I help doctors and I help nurses and I help them to be able to lose weight without having to cut carbs or count carbs. Okay. So if you want to know how you can lose your next 20 pounds in 60 days, then give me a hashtag thickfitsecrets down in the comment section. Or DM me Thick Fit Secrets at any point in time. And if you DM it to me, then I'm going to automatically send you some bonuses and some freebies, videos, PDFs, all the things. So, so the topic again is your next 10 pounds will come off when you stop emotional eating. So I have this first slide as there are literally people, scientists, engineers that are hired to engineer food in order to make it addictive. And so I think that it's super key to know this, that food is an addiction, can be an addiction, because it was a game changer for me once I realized that food can be an addiction, even though it's something that you have to have on a daily basis. That does not mean that it's not an addiction, because the thing is that when we eat, we get dopamine, we get serotonin, and actually how we absorb serotonin is through our gut. Okay, so when you get those dopamine hits, when you get those serotonin hits in your gut and you feel happy, then obviously it's going to make you want some more. And sometimes it makes you want to eat past full. Sometimes it makes you want to binge. Sometimes it just makes you want to cure or get that dopamine, get that serotonin when you're feeling like a piece of crap. Like you've had a hard shift on the job, at the nursing job, then you want to cure your eating with that dopamine, that serotonin from the food. But there are healthier ways to deal with your emotions. But I think that knowing that food can be an addiction is very key, like it was for me. Once I found out it was an addiction, then things started to register. Oh, when you have an addiction, you don't just stop cold turkey, right? So I knew that the foods that I was addicted to that weren't serving me, that weren't getting me to my goals, I couldn't just stop them cold turkey. I had to gradually wean myself off of them. And another thing that I learned that was a game changer for me was that it's easier to add things to your routine than take them away, right? Like if you were to try to take, Kendra said alcohol. So if you were to try to take alcohol from an alcoholic or drugs from a drug addict, then taking that away cold turkey would not be good. It would not be healthy, right? So same thing in this same concept here is that you wouldn't take the food away, the bad foods that drive you, that you're addicted to, the foods that you're hiding in the pantry to eat. You would never want to take those away cold turkey, okay? Because then these restrictive diets that you go on, like keto, for instance, that just takes all the carbs out. And I know that you love carbs. I know you love carbs. So why cut it out? Because it's not going to be sustainable long term, right? So The thing is to gradually wean them down, and adding stuff is a lot easier. So adding water, adding more water, adding more veggies, adding more protein, adding walking 20 minutes a day, adding more to your step count. These things are going to be more helpful than just simply removing things cold turkey, like many people do when they say, oh, I'm going to go on a juice diet and I'm just going to drink liquids to lose the weight. Okay, what happens when you add actual solid food to your diet back in? Or I'm just going to go on keto and cut all my carbs. Okay, but what happens when you put all your carbs back in? Or I'm going to go vegetarian, not for like, because I feel like animals shouldn't be eaten, but because I want to lose weight. It's like, well, what happens if you have like your grandma's barbecue and you're craving some ribs? What then? Like, once you add these things back, the weight is going to come back on, if not more, because then when you've added something that you've restricted yourself for so long, then oftentimes that's where binge eating comes in. So I digress, because that's only the first slide. So the first thing is to reach out for help. Like, accountability is key. If you were an addict for alcohol, or if you were an addict for drugs, what would you do? You would reach out for help. So that's the same thing, is that like, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So your surroundings, your circle of influence matters, believe it or not. Okay. So there's too many factors that go against you, especially in the workplace, especially at the hospital, like where you have like a pack of donuts just sitting at the nurse's station, or potlucks, or how the healthy foods are more expensive sometimes. So there's just too many things going against you. Having a stressful job at the hospital, for instance, you need a community that's online that will be able to help you, of like-minded people that are cheering you on for your goals. Okay. And coaching works because you have that expert help that's in your corner as a guide, but also has been through similar situations as you. Cool. And then the next thing, besides accountability, is grocery shopping right. And I drill this into my clients' heads of like, you need to grocery shop right, because if you don't, then what you put in your house, what you put in your fridge, what you put in your pantry ultimately ends up in your stomach, in your body. Okay. So it all starts with how you grocery shopping. Planning is key. So what you can do is you can do delivery, you can do curbside. You can make a list and stick to the list by making sure that you eat prior to going to the grocery store. Like, it's very, very true. Don't go to the grocery store on a hungry stomach, because then you are now you're now craving all of the things while you're grocery shopping, if you are grocery shopping hungry. And so my whole thing that I teach my clients is, don't even bring it in the house. Do not even bring it in the house. Make it harder for yourself to have access to these foods. That's going to be super, super key. And like I said, what goes in your house goes in your body. What goes in your house goes in your body. But Coach Indy, like, I want to make sure that I buy snacks for my kids or my husband or whoever else is in the house. I have some clients that, take care of their parents, and their parents want the goodies. Okay, the thing is, okay, let's take a step back here. How important are your goals to you? That's number one. Do you really want to lose the 20 pounds in 60 days or not? And if so, if your goals are really important to you, then the next step is maybe have like a box for hubby, have a box for the kids, put it out of sight, out of mind, put it in the garage, put it in like the highest hard to reach area in the house, because out of sight, out of mind really, really does work. And have it in a designated space. Or like, if it's your parents, maybe they can keep that in their room. If you're someone's caretaker, if it's your husband, maybe he can keep it in his nightstand, things like that. Like, there's workarounds here where you don't have to keep things from other people in the house. But the thing is if you are serious about your goals, if you don't want to be one of those people that's new year, new me, and literally only 13% of people stick to their goals past week 3, then, and this is statistics, that you don't want to be a new year, new me, then it's time to like implement some things so that you're able to see the weight come off. So the next thing in this presentation is focus. Like focus is so important. Like any goal that you've ever had, whether that was graduating nursing school, whether that was buying a new car, like anything you ever wanted in life, you had to make it that main priority, right? So like if you are a nurse, I know for a fact that you put everyone else first ahead of yourself, whether that's family, whether that's your patients, whether that's your job, your dog, like you take care of everyone else, but it's time to fill your own cup, queen. Like it's literally time for you to start taking care of yourself. If you want to see the weight come off, if you want to see your dream body, if you want like to not be the new year, new me and actually have a head start on everybody else, because in 90 days you could have 30 pounds off. And what would that do for you? What would that look like for you? How would that change the game for you? So my tips on making it your focus is a vision board, which I guide my clients on how to do. You could do a digital vision board, such as on Pinterest. You can do a whiteboard. You can do a lock screen. So like a picture, like make a collage or a picture, design your own lock screen, things like that. And then 1 second here. Just trying to edit the privacy on this to public. Okay, cool. So, but yeah, you can make it your lock screen. You can make a whiteboard, like literally anything that you can think of. Make it your focus, make it your drive. So next is make it an 80-20 rule for food. I'm actually working on this with one of my clients. Her name is Shalita. She's down 13 pounds in a month of us working together. It may have been only 3 weeks now, honestly. 13 pounds down. Congrats to Shalita. I have to tag her in this. So if you want results like Shalita, then drop in the comment section below Thick Fit Secrets, or DM me Thick Fit Secrets, and I'll immediately get you some freebies and some bonuses and surprises. But the 80-20 rule is super, super, super important. It means moderation and it means balance. It means that when you treat yourself, you're not cheating on your diet. It means that you're making a lifelong sustainable approach as opposed to being restrictive. So it means that 80% of the time you're eating for your goals and 20% of the time you're allowing for those fun foods. Okay. So that means that you're not having an all or nothing mentality. You are having healthier alternatives to your favorite foods, and that may mean recipes. And then also you can use like tea and coffee as like natural appetite suppressants as well, as another option. Cool. And I believe this is the last point, which is competence equals confidence. Being competent equals confidence. So this means that I want you to learn more about your health. Stop being in the dark about nutrition. Stop being in the dark about fitness. And if you aren't willing to teach yourself about health and fitness, then hire an expert to learn, because for however long that you choose to be in the dark about your health, that's for however long that you will continue to struggle. You will continue to struggle as long as you know nothing about nutrition or fitness. So I challenge you to have more competence, more confidence in nutrition, in fitness, because what I found when I was on my postpartum journey my youngest is 5, so 5 years ago, was that I realized that I knew nothing about nutrition. I realized that it's something that our parents don't teach us. I realized it's something that school does not teach us. And so once I took like my first nutrition course, when my daughter was around 5, or my about 5 years ago ish, then that's when I realized, like, whoa, this stuff is so deep. I never really truly understood how deep nutrition went. So, just to sum it all up, is that you want to learn more about your health. Again, competence equals confidence, and you're going to do better and excel in your journey the more that you know about your own health. Take your own health into your hands. Then, number 2 is support is key. So, having that accountability, having an online support group, everything's online nowadays, especially after COVID. So, find that support that you need. Online of a group that's cheering you on, that have similar struggles, that have similar goals, because your circle of influence matters. If you hang around people who don't care about being healthy, guess what? You're going to give off that same energy of not caring about your health either. And it makes it 10 times harder to be successful, or hire a coach, hire an expert. Then number 3 is balance. Actually, let me go back to support, because a lot of times when I'm talking to people in the DMs, is like, I'll say, like, who's going to be there for you on this journey? Like, what's your support system look like? And oftentimes they'll say, like, their spouse, but their spouse is not on a health and fitness journey. So how are they going to be supportive? So I just want you to think about that question. If you're kind of like, but India, like, what if coaching isn't for me? Da, 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 da. But then it's like, well, who is going to be there for you? So just kind of think about that, ask yourself that, contemplate on that, answer it out loud if you want to. But okay, now let me go back to number 3, which is balance. That means the 80-20 rule. That means making this sustainable lifestyle approach. And then number 4 is make it your main priority, make it your main focus, because you cannot continue to pour from an empty cup as a nurse, as a caregiver, as a mom, as a wife, girlfriend, whatever you tend to be right now, as a friend, as a sister. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to fill your own cup. And so make it your main priority, make it your own focus, make your self-care and your weight loss goals important. If you want to know more, then drop a Thick Fit Secrets down in the comments below, and I will give you some bonuses. I'll give you some freebies. You might as well, at this point, like, you spent 17 minutes here already with me, you might as well drop the Thick Fit Secrets down in the comments below, and I'll get you those freebies to help get you started on your health and fitness journey. Because if you are able to give up the emotional eating that we just talked about, I know for a fact you would be able to get off 10 pounds every single 30 days. So that means by the end of this year, that's 30 pounds off in 90 days. What would that do for you? So let's get it, everybody. As always, it is faith, consistency, and hard work that's going to get you to your goals. But faith without works is literally dead. So you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. And I will see you guys next time. It's Coach Indy signing out. Bye. Have a good evening.